All right, guys, I realized I wasn't very much help today. I was under the weather for the last 24 hours. I didn't even start work till 8 a.m. this morning and wasn't on the mic at all. Feel like I'm already on the mend, so I should be back on the mic in the morning. Um, the SPY gapped down, but ended up closing above its open. If you weren't there today, we can kind of show you the intraday, right? You had the gap down and a really nice rally. Then it goes down, takes out the low of the day, and I thought, uh-oh. And then it ended up closing fairly decent, all things considered, right? So anyway, still not that far from all-time highs. I don't think there's any red flags or anything going on. Some nice posts today in chat. I put a few of them on the highlight page, so you can go check them out if you weren't in there today. I'm not going to go into them now. I'm just going to rip through this so I can start my evening of relaxing, because that's what I feel like doing. GEMI, I liked, it was down since the IPO. Then you got a nice bounce here, quiet inside day, and another push. Over today's high, then you've got the high from a couple days ago. I like the looks of this one, even though there's not that much chart to go on. I can't type this one. NUAI. I have trouble with that for some reason. Just a big pop today. Maybe it continues tomorrow. It's certainly extended, so keep that in mind. EVAX. Nice breakout today. We'll see if it gives a follow through. CDLX, there's not really a chart setup here. I love this big rip, the pullback, and the secondary rip. But this just could be a quiet rest day before it heads up again. And maybe it's coming back down. I don't know. But it's made some really nice moves, partially thanks to Citron. But I had some nice trades in it. Maybe that's why I go back to it. But I want to keep it on watch, right? BULL. This thing's just been sideways forever. And if you zoom in, you kind of picture a trend line here. A little bit of extra volume. It looks like it's finally maybe starting to push up. Even though when you glance at the chart, there's not that much. It was pretty good volume today. Higher volume than the last month or so, maybe even more. So I do want to watch that one. PTNM, nice rip today. That thing is thin and whippy, so be careful. Even if you get what looks like a clean setup tomorrow, just watch your position size. And it's also extended. And I don't think anyone knows why it's running. SGML lithium play, I'm kind of put a horizontal line here. It's kind of close to breaking out, probably piggybacking off the LAC recent rip. USAR, all the rare earths got a nice pop today. USAR, I like the gap down and almost a bullish engulfing. I don't know if it counts as that without closing above yesterday's high, but either way, nice volume. I would watch all the rare earths tomorrow. I've just chosen USAR as one. SAVA had the big rip, and now you got a couple days lower on declining volume. Pretty decent setup for a bounce play, and we only trade bounce plays if we get a setup, right? Same with RR. RR's been very strong, and now you've got the gap down, another red day, but it's kind of in that zone between the 8 and the 20 that we like. So it was on bounce watch today. No trades in it for me, but it goes back on watch for tomorrow. It's kind of the same thing with GoPro. Went down, GPRO, and went down, touched the 20-day. SMR, another bounce play, back down. You got a lot of support in this area, and it's fallen for a few days. And that's one of the small nuclear modular reactor things, so we're going to watch that. SERV, another robotics play, went back down to the 20-day after a really nice volume back here. So I do like that as a bounce play. And then a couple more. Whoops. I have trouble typing this one too. UAMY has been crazy strong. Had good news the other day. And now you got a couple days lower right down into the 8-day there. I do think that's worth watching for a possible turn back up. And then lastly, I'll leave you with MRM, which is an ugly chart. But as I'm talking to you in after hours, it's trading at $6.30. It went as high as $8.35 on a headline after hours. So that's on the gap watch list, and I'll see you guys in the morning. We'll add some other gappers in the pre-market to this list. And let's have a great Friday.